Have you ever stopped to think about the hidden forces driving major shifts in healthcare, even in areas you might not immediately consider? We're talking about advancements that, well, literally rebuild bodies. They dramatically improve quality of life. And they represent, frankly, massive economic growth.
Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the fascinating world of the global orthopedic biomaterial market.
Right, so these are the advanced materials, things like specialized metals, ceramics, even bioengineered polymers.
Exactly. The stuff surgeons use to mend bones, replace joints, or maybe even help tissue regenerate. They're really changing surgical outcomes.
Fundamentally changing them.
Our mission today is to pull out the most important insights from some verified data we have from cognitive market research. We'll look at history, so figures from 2021,
Hmm.
then current projections for 2025, and the outlook for 2033. We want to help you understand the rapid growth, yes, but also the kind of global shifts happening in this vital sector. And what's really striking when you look past just the raw numbers is how this data tells a story. It's about global healthcare investment, about evolving population needs.
It's more than just a market report, then.
Oh, much more. It's
Yeah.
really a reflection of, well, human health priorities globally.
Indeed. So let's set the stage, the big picture. In 2021, the global orthopedic biomaterial market was already generating $20.577 billion in revenue. Pretty robust.
20.5 billion. Yeah, not small.
Not at all. Now, fast forward to 2025, that figure is projected to climb to over $27.1 billion.
Okay.
And by 2033, we're looking at a remarkable leap. I mean, over $47.1 billion.
Wow, so more than double the 2021 number.
Exactly. This reflects a healthy compound annual growth rate, the CAGR of 7.146%. So for you listening, that means this market isn't just growing. It's keeping this consistent, healthy pace year after year, like a steadily accelerating engine.
That 7.146% CAGR, that really stands out. It signals strong, sustained global demand for these sophisticated materials.
Right.
And it's not just about an aging population, although that's certainly a factor.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It also points to continuous innovation. Surgical techniques are getting better, making procedures more viable, more effective, and expanding the kinds of conditions we can treat with these biomaterials.
So new tech, new applications.
Precisely. We're seeing a shift towards solutions that are more personalized and also longer lasting.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting, I think, when we zoom in on the regions. North America and Europe, they've traditionally been the titans here, right? Holding big market shares.
The established players.
Yeah. And their story is one of, let's say, sustained innovation and pretty mature demand. North America alone, its market grew from over $8.7 billion in 2021.
Oh.
The projection for 2033, $19.1 billion.
Huge numbers.
And the United States, as you'd probably guess, leads the charge. Its market is projected to more than double, from about $7.1 billion in 21 to over $15.4 billion by 2033.
15 billion just in the US.
It's just the U.S. But Canada and Mexico also show significant contributions. Canada's market, it's set to more than double to over $2 billion, and Mexico should exceed $1.6 billion in that same time frame. Now, let's hop over to Europe, another established giant. Its total market revenue is set to grow from just over $4 billion in 2021 to nearly $8.8 billion by 2033.
Also more than doubling.
Right. Germany is a standout there, projected to get close to $2 billion. The UK and France also contribute significantly. The UK is heading for over $1.4 billion, France approaching $950 million by 2033. We also see solid numbers from Italy, Spain, Sweden, several others. Even Russia shows modest growth.
It's broad-based growth even within Europe then.
It is. So what are these distinct patterns of sort of continued growth telling us about healthcare trends, specifically in these, mature markets like North America and Europe?
Well, it's a powerful observation. It isn't just about sustained spending. I think it's really indicative of a rapid adoption of advanced techniques and materials.
Like what specifically?
Think about things like 3D printed custom implants. They're really changing surgical precision. Or new bioresorbable materials, the ones that dissolve safely in the body.
Ah, so they reduce the need for follow-up surgeries.
Exactly. That's a huge benefit. These kinds of innovations are driving new demand even in these well-established markets. They're making more complex, more effective procedures possible for, well, a wider range of patients.
So it speaks to an ongoing push.
A real commitment, I'd say, to pushing the boundaries of what's medically achievable.
Okay. Now, if you want to talk about raw acceleration, I mean really dynamic growth.
Yeah.
Our eyes have to turn to the Asia-Pacific region.
Ah, yes, APAC. The powerhouse.
Truly the powerhouse of global growth here. This area is a major growth engine. Its market value leaked from roughly $4.9 billion in 2021.
Okay.
And it's projected to hit an incredible $12.6 billion by 2033.
12.6 billion, that's massive growth.
Massive, and China is absolutely leading the charge. It's expected to reach over $3.4 billion by 33, basically tripling its market size in that period. But it's not just China. Look at India showing remarkable growth, more than doubling from nearly $690 million in 2021 to over $1.9 billion projected for 2033.
India's really coming on strong, too.
Definitely. And Japan and South Korea also set for significant expansion. Plus, strong performances from Australia, Singapore, Taiwan. Southeast Asia as a whole looks very strong, too.
If you look deeper into those APAC numbers, that trajectory highlights, well, a profound shift. A shift in global healthcare demand and, crucially, access.
How so?
This rapid expansion, particularly in emerging economies, it isn't just about population size, that's part of it, sure, but it's also a direct result of, say, aggressive government investment in domestic medical device manufacturing.
Building local capacity.
Right. And a rapidly growing middle class that's demanding higher quality healthcare. Plus, you just see significant improvements in healthcare infrastructure across the board.
That makes sense.
It really makes you wonder, how quickly these regions will continue to innovate. They could potentially redefine the competitive landscape for orthopedic biomaterials globally.
A real shift in the center of gravity, potentially.
Potentially, yes.
And, the growth story doesn't stop there. South America is also on a significant rise. Its regional totals are projected to grow from just over $1.1 billion in 2021 to nearly $2.65 billion by 2033.
Another doubling market.
Another one. Brazil leads the way there, expected to hit over $920 million by 2033. Argentina, Colombia, Peru, Chile, all showing substantial contributions to this regional expansion.
Solid growth across the continent.
And the Middle East is expanding, too. Its market is projected to climb from just over $905 million in 2021 to more than $2.1 billion by 2033.
Over $2 billion there as well.
Yeah. Saudi Arabia leads in that region, projected over $550 million. Turkey, UAE, Egypt showing strong increases. Even Qatar is projected to more than double its market size by 2033. And finally, Africa, carving out its own impressive growth trajectory. Total revenue forecasted to reach over $1.8 billion by 2033. That's up from roughly $780 million in 2021.
Again, more than doubling.
It's a pattern, isn't it? South Africa is a major contributor there, projected near $800 million. Nigeria also demonstrating significant growth. So when you see this widespread growth across all these diverse regions, what does it all mean for the global orthopedic landscape?
Well, I think this broad distributed growth across multiple continents, diverse economies, it confirms something important. The need for advanced orthopedic solutions isn't just localized to, say, wealthy nations anymore.
It's becoming more universal.
Exactly. It's becoming a fundamental aspect of improving quality of life and strengthening healthcare systems worldwide. This expansion underscores a global commitment, really, to addressing musculoskeletal conditions.
Using better tools to do it.
And increasingly leveraging these sophisticated materials to get better patient outcomes, often driven, as we see, by improving economic conditions and just greater access to medical care overall.
Okay, so let's recap quickly. What we've seen is a picture of consistent, robust, global growth in orthopedic biomaterials.
Definitely consider.
North America and Europe, while mature, they're continuing their strong expansion, driven by ongoing innovation, sophisticated healthcare systems.
Right. They're not standing still.
Not at all. But the real acceleration, the really dynamic shifts seem to be happening in Asia-Pacific, South America, the Middle East, and Africa, signifying these massive emerging markets, and crucially, expanding access to advanced medical care for millions.
That expanding access is key.
Understanding these trends, these numbers, gives you, the listener, a unique insight into a crucial, but maybe often overlooked part of global healthcare, its economic drivers, its future directions. So let's end with a thought to ponder. Given this widespread, significant growth in orthopedic biomaterials, and the fact that these materials themselves are constantly evolving.
Getting better all the time.
Right. What does all this suggest about evolving global health priorities? About the incredible pace of technological advancement, and maybe even about how we define a healthy lifespan for the coming decade?
Interesting questions.
Something for you to think about. We'll leave you with that thought. Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving deep into the world of orthopedic biomaterials.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about these, cutting-edge materials, the ones literally reshaping how we heal, how we rebuild the body after an injury or disease.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff.
It really is. And think beyond just, say, a standard knee or hip replacement. We're exploring these incredibly sophisticated solutions. They're designed not just to replace a part, but to actively help healing, integrate, seamlessly with your own body.
Right.
So our mission in this deep dive, really, is to pull out the key insights from the sources you shared. What's driving this market? What's holding it back? And what's really reshaping it? We want to give you a quick but really comprehensive understanding.
And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is the sheer ingenuity. How these materials are letting the body recover, letting it function in ways we just couldn't have imagined maybe a generation ago.
Yeah.
It's this incredible blend of biology, engineering, material science. And, our insights today, they're grounded in the latest market research, solid industry analysis. So we've got a good foundation to understand this really dynamic sector.
Okay, so what's really fueling all this demand, going through the sources, what genuinely jumped out at me was, well, two big things hitting at once. An aging global population.
The demographic shift.
Exactly. And combined with that, a really significant rise in orthopedic disorders. It's almost unavoidable, right? People live longer, hopefully healthier lives. And the need for these advanced orthopedic solutions just skyrockets.
It's a direct correlation.
The numbers really paint a stark picture. There was this analysis, I think, in Lancet Rheumatology. It said around 494 million people globally had musculoskeletal disorders back in 2020.
Wow.
Yeah, and get this, that's a staggering 123% increase from 1990.
123%.
Right, and the projection is even more eye-opening. It's expected to hit 1.06 billion by 2050.
A billion people. That's a huge number.
It is. We're seeing this global surge in age-related conditions, things like osteoarthritis, osteoporosis. And the key insight here, I think, isn't just the stats. It points to this coming global healthcare challenge. Conventional treatments alone, they just won't cut it.
No way.
So biomaterials aren't just an upgrade anymore. They're becoming, well, almost a necessity to prevent a massive health crisis. As populations age, people don't just want to live longer. They want to stay mobile, keep their quality of life,
Exactly. And if you connect that to the bigger picture, it really highlights this profound global health challenge. Biomaterials are kind of uniquely positioned to address it. It's not just treating a condition anymore. It's about
Right.
empowering people, letting them maintain their quality of life for much longer. And it's not just about age either. We're also seeing modern lifestyle factors playing a big role.
Ah, that's a critical point. Tell me more.
Well, think about it. More sedentary behavior, unfortunately rising obesity rates, even repetitive stress injuries from work or hobbies. These are all fueling musculoskeletal problems. And that's across all age groups, not just older people.
That makes sense. So these modern issues, they create what the sources call a market pull. Basically, strong demand coming straight from patients, from consumers. They need durable, biocompatible, really long-lasting biomaterial, stuff that can actually stand up to modern life.
And that patient preference, for quicker recovery, less scarring, shorter hospital stays, that's profoundly shaping orthopedics now.
You see that everywhere.
Yeah, like the drive towards smaller incisions and joint replacements or maybe spine surgeries. These rely heavily on advanced biomaterials, materials that can be delivered through tiny access points but still perform robustly.
Right, you need specialized stuff for that.
Absolutely. Those specialized biomaterials, maybe bioresorbable polymers, or those really precisely 3D printed implants we'll talk about, they are crucial. They enable that seamless integration. They maintain strength, function.
Yeah.
They basically make minimally invasive surgery possible.
Okay, so given this, escalating demand, the clear benefits, you'd think widespread adoption would be a slam dunk.
Yeah.
But it's rarely that simple, is it?
No, definitely not.
There are some pretty substantial hurdles these materials face. What would you say is the biggest one right now?
Well, I think the elephant in the room is often cost. Simple as that.
Yeah.
When you talk about the cutting-edge stuff, bioactive glass, advanced titanium alloys, composites, or especially those highly customized, patient-specific 3D printed implants, they just come with a high price tag. The manufacturing involves incredibly complex tech, plus navigating really strict regulatory compliance. Both of those drive up the production costs significantly.
And that cost isn't just a number on a page, right? It has real-world consequences. It limits access, particularly in developing countries where healthcare budgets are just tighter.
Exactly. And this raises a really important question for the whole industry. How do we balance pushing the boundaries of innovation with making sure people can actually get these
That's
treatments?
the core tension.
It is. What we often see is, limited healthcare funding, maybe poor reimbursement rates. It means many providers, especially in public health systems, they still have to rely on conventional, less expensive implants.
Even if the newer ones might be better long-term.
Right. This price sensitivity, it really slows down the widespread adoption of these advanced biomaterials, even with their clear advantages.
But, okay, the story definitely doesn't end with the hurdles. Despite those challenges, there are some truly incredible innovations coming up, really reshaping what's possible.
Yeah, this is the exciting part.
Absolutely. One standout trend, a genuine game changer, I thought, the thing that really shifted my perspective, is the boom in 3D printed orthopedic implants.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. What's fascinating there isn't just the customization, though that's amazing in itself. It's the potential for truly personalized medicine.
How so?
Well, this tech lets implants be designed and printed perfectly to fit your specific anatomy. Think about it. A joint replacement that fits you precisely, not just some standard off-the-shelf size.
Okay, I see.
And that leads to dramatically improved fit, better function, and ultimately much better overall patient outcomes.
So it's not just a better fit then. Are there other practical advantages too, like is it cheaper or faster?
Absolutely. Beyond the personalized fit, 3D printing has some great practical upsides. It can be more cost-effective, especially for really complex shapes. It significantly cuts down material waste compared to traditional machining.
Right, carving it out of a block.
Exactly. And it allows for on-demand manufacturing right when it's needed. We're seeing more use of biocompatible materials like specialized titanium alloys, also bioresorbable polymers in these implants, think joint replacements, spinal implants, trauma devices. It's spreading.
Okay, that's definitely one to watch. What else is on the horizon?
Another really big trend, one that's incredibly promising and actually tackles some of those challenges we talked about earlier, is the rising demand for biodegradable and bioresorbable materials.
Okay, biodegradable, bioresorbable. What does that actually mean for the patient? Does the implant just vanish, or how does that work?
That's a great question. The real genius is how they disappear. These materials are engineered very precisely to naturally dissolve inside the body over time,
Okay.
which completely gets rid of the need for a second surgery just to remove the implant after healing is done.
Ah, no second surgery. That's huge.
It is. Materials like, say, polylactic acid or polyglycolic acid, they're designed to break down at a controlled rate. It's not just random. They act like a temporary scaffold, see?
Mm-hmm.
Gradually transferring the load back to the healing bone or tissue as it gets stronger. And then once the body's healed itself, they vanish completely. That level of control is a massive leap forward.
So it's not just convenience then. It's a double benefit, less healthcare costs from avoiding that second surgery, and fewer potential complications too.
Precisely. Lower costs, significantly lower risk of complications from repeat procedures. Plus, it connects to this broader push we're seeing for sustainability in medical devices generally, which is becoming more and more important.
Right.
These are ideal for things like trauma fixation plates and screws, also pediatric orthopedics where the child is still growing, and soft tissue repair, because you're leaving nothing artificial behind long term.
Okay, so what does this all mean? We've done this deep dive into the orthopedic biomaterials market. It's clearly on a strong growth path,
Definitely.
propelled by these big demographic shifts, these innovative surgical techniques we talked about, and just incredible breakthroughs in the materials themselves.
Yeah, the science is moving fast.
It really is. Now, challenges like the high costs and, access issues, there's still significant obstacles, no doubt about it.
Big hurdles.
But the industry is buzzing with new tech like 3D printing and the huge promise of these sustainable, resorbable materials. This knowledge, I think, is incredibly valuable, whether you're maybe a healthcare professional looking at what's next, or an investor tracking growth sectors, or, frankly, just someone curious about the future of medicine and how we're literally rebuilding ourselves.
And, this raises an important question, maybe for all of us. As we keep pushing the boundaries of what's medically possible, how can we make sure that these truly incredible advancements in biomaterials actually become accessible to everyone who needs them, not just people in, say, well-funded markets or specific regions?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is, and that's a challenge worth continuing to explore, I think. It speaks to the ongoing work that still needs to be done in this field.
That is a powerful thought to leave you with. Definitely something to mull over. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring.